Alright, this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do on this channel. It's going to be a round by round scoring of Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis. So round one was a fairly slow round. I like how Lamont Roach was using feints. He scored to the body a couple times, like this right hand. He wasn't intimidated by Tank, and that just goes for the whole night. He wasn't intimidated. They had fought previously in the amateurs. I believe they had sparred, and you could see the confidence in Lamont Roach. I like in the first round how he established a feint game. Tank is so fast, twitchy, and reactive and speedy. Feints are a great thing to do against him because he's looking to counterpunch. So for a counterpuncher, feinting against them, you're kind of faking an opportunity to counterpunch, and Tank is really reactive. And off the feints, Roach can step forward. Here we have Roach showing up top, firing down low. Tank feinting back. A lot of feints going on in the first round. Really impressed with Roach and his feint game. He got away from that as the fight went on, but impressed with his discipline, especially in the first round. Here we go again with the same thing, showing a jab to the lead hand. It's really jabbing to the hand of Tank and then coming back down to the body. Here's another jab by Roach to the body. Here's Tank coming with a double jab that just falls short, but as Roach disengages and takes a minute off the fight, Gervonta scores with the left hand to the body. Here's a combination by Tank, jab upstairs, left hand to the body. Neither shot really landing cleanly. Here's Roach doing the inverse, looking for the body, but not able to make contact there. Tank feinting Lamont back, then comes with a jab that seems to just make contact. Lamont going back, evading the straight lefts. Here's pretty much the last punch of the round. Lamont comes with an overhand right that just sneaks past the guard. Definitely some of it's taken on the arm, but it's just sneaking past the guard and making contact. Definitely not a clean punch, but making contact. Overall, I felt like this last punch combined with a few more jabs to the body and the overall ring generalship of Lamont Roach with the feints, I gave the first round to Lamont Roach, as did all three of the judges at ringside. Okay, here we go for round two. Lamont coming for the right hand to the body, Tank evading. Tank coming with a jab that just falls short. Here's Roach coming in, leaning in a high guard position, throwing the lead right hand straight into the point, mostly coming off Tank's gloves. And Tank once again going to the body. One of the things that I noticed in this fight, there's so much seems to be controversy about the fight. One of the things that I share with a lot of people is just I feel like it was a terrible refereeing job. And we'll look at a few examples, but there's a good amount of shots that strayed low from Tank. Here's one example. It's hard to tell from this angle, but you can see the trajectory of where that punch lands. Here's another interaction with Lamont coming with the jab, seeing that Tank's looking to counterpunch. He makes a defensive movement, bends at the waist, then changes sides, really. Comes back, no one landed. Here's Gervonta coming with really the first scoring shot of the round, which is a straight left right on the belt line, which the ref in the pre-fight instructions, he said that is a legal shot. Anything lower than the belt line, he felt that Roach's trunks were a bit high. Anything lower than the belt line would be foul. So this is a legal scoring shot, straight left hand to the body from Tank. Here, Roach tries to get the same thing back, coming with his own straight rights or straight backhand to the body. Tank is able to make him pay with a straight left hand as he pulls out. Here's Gervonta again coming with the 1-2. Really landing mostly on the glove. If 75% on the glove of Lamont. Again, Tank coming with the 1-1-2. The left hand to the body. And then again with the jab. And again, here we have a low blow that the ref is just, there was no warning. I mean, look at the angle of this punch. Well below the belt line. And, it's possible with the distance, Lamont Roach coming in, it's possible he maybe clipped his shoulder. It's hard to tell. Maybe the glove clipped Lamont's shoulder right there and then kind of ricocheted down. Either way, that's low. And then Lamont coming with a jab that just makes contact as Tank pulls out. Here, Gervonta counters Lamont's jab with his uppercut, but Lamont is defensively responsible, getting into the Philly shell and blocking that. Here's Roach being physical in the clinch, which I feel that he did really well, and I bothered Gervonta. Again, speaks to his confidence in the fight and just really being in there to win, working with the freed hand. Gervonta doesn't like that, it seems. Here's Roach coming with the straight right. Gervonta rolling out. And that's the end of round 2. Really, to me, a pretty clear round for Gervonta Davis. Again, these are slow rounds. There's not much to look at. But when you look at the couple straight lefts to the body, I think there was, 2 scoring ones, a couple low blows. The counter left-hand shot earlier that we talked about, to me, Roach really didn't land anything of consequence. I mean, neither of them landed anything of consequence, but Roach didn't land any real crisp shots, even jabs. He abandoned the body jab from the first round, so it's a clear round for me for Gervonta Davis. So here we are picking it up in the beginning of round 3. It's worth noting that in the last round, Judge Glenn Feldman at ringside actually scored it for Lamont Roach, which I didn't see, but it's worth pointing that out. So here's the first interaction in the third round. Roach coming with his jab. Gervonta having a nice lead arm parry of his own, coming with his own jab. Roach then pulling back, coming with a counter hook. Gervonta ducking under that. They get into a clinch, and Roach is able to land kind of a chopping right hand as Gervonta exits out. Here, Lamont Roach comes with, kind of a feint of a left hook and comes with a straight right that scores to the body, just through the guard, the Philly shell guard of Gervonta. Here, Gervonta looks for a pull counter off the jab of Roach as he circles around to his left, but Roach is wise to it and pulls back. Here's Gervonta sneaking a left hand in right at the edge of the belt line. To me, that's a scoring shot. Here's a nice sequence from Tank. As he jabs, Lamont goes to bend the waist, so he fires the uppercut really accurately. Here, Roach comes with a jab that just slightly connects the very end of his punch. Again, this isn't a breakdown. Maybe I'll do a breakdown later on. It's really just looking at the scoring and all the scoring shots of the fight to see if Lamont was in fact robbed. But here's Lamont coming with a straight right. He misses. He's immediately defensively responsible, even though he doesn't pay for it that time. Or rather, even though there's no counter fire from that time. Here, Tank comes again with firing his left hand off sort of a pull counter off the jab of Roach, and he's able to clip him. Roach tries to come right back with a jab hook that Tank really takes pretty much on the gloves. Tank then comes with a left hand to the body and then tries another one upstairs. Lamont slips, comes with a couple counter punches that don't really land. Gervonta comes with the uppercut. That doesn't really land. Lamont comes with a straight right that does catch Tank. And then comes back downstairs with a right hand to the body. Tank looks for the counter, but it's not there, so he doesn't fully throw it. Then comes with his own left hand to the body. Tank then comes with a straight left hand that makes contact right at the end of his punch. Lamont comes back and does the exact same thing. Right hand right at the end of his punch. Straight right hand that catches Tank. Tank comes with really a fake left hand to get down, throw the uppercut to the body, but for a ref, that shouldn't score. Comes with a secondary left hand. Not a lot of power behind it on that one, comparatively. Lamont evading the left hand. Here's another left hand to the body that it's hard to see, but the way his shorts move, I question where that is on the belt line. And there's an acknowledgement, maybe even from Tank. You can see Roach kind of go, yeah, that maybe Tank said, yeah, that's low. Again, it's nothing against Tank. It's really against the ref. Do I wish he got a point taken away for low blows? No. But this ref was just not impartial, and everyone could see that. Here's Roach coming with his own jab, looking for a left hook that does clip Tank. Coming with the jab again. Better work from Roach right there. Right hand that doesn't make contact. Tank comes with a lead hook of his own. Roach rolls under. And they get into a clinch position where Roach was actually doing some of his best work and taking advantage of Gervonta not looking to work and not always, kind of being prepared in there on the night. So just kind of, nothing landing clean right here for Roach, but I'm talking about more towards the later part of the fight. Just throwing uppercut again. That looks like it lands on the stomach. The left hooks, it's landing in the back. Those aren't scoring punches, but being in there to win and rough up Gervonta Davis in a sense. Here's that chopping overhand right from Roach. Here's a 1-2 from Gervonta. Roach evades. Here Gervonta shows the jab, fakes the jab to the body, throws the lead hand to the head, but it doesn't make contact. Here's the lead hand again, taking on the gloves of Roach. Here's a cross hook from Gervonta on the gloves of Roach. That's the end of round 3. For me, I felt that the work early in the round was really the key for me. I think Gervonta landed a couple straight left hands. Again, the left hands to the body made a difference for me. Roach had some better work than round 2, some straight rights. They were having some success. Yeah, he was physical in the clinch. A couple chopping right hands as well. But I preferred the work of Gervonta Davis really coming in the first round and a half, and I don't feel that Roach made a difference in the last half or minute of the fight for me to score it for him. So I gave that round to Gervonta Davis. Here's Roach coming with that chopping right hand that he was having a lot of success with, but at this time, Tank evades it. Here's Roach with a straight right to the body. Just barely makes contact. Here's Roach coming with a lead hook that does clip Tank Davis. Tank Davis scoring the left hand to the body. Roach looking to counter now with the lead uppercut, but not able to connect that time. Here's Lamont coming with his right hand. Same thing as in round 2. Tank looks to counter with the left hand off the body shot and scores. Here's Tank coming with the show high, show low left hand again, able to make contact. Tank comes here with the overhand left. Lamont takes out on the gloves. Tank fires in a couple body shots. Jab from Gervonta. 1-2 that doesn't land from Gervonta. Off the shoulder of Roach. Here's Roach coming with an uppercut, a right uppercut, as Gervonta looks to roll out. It's impossible to tell if it connects. I don't think it does, just based on where Gervonta's head is a frame later, but hard to tell. Here's an instance at the end of the fight that I was talking about previously with Roach being physical in the clinch, Gervonta not really looking to work. Roach lands this chopping right hand. Gervonta takes time off the fight to look directly at the ref and not even look at his opposition. Lamont Roach comes with kind of a swivel jab that tags Gervonta, and that's the end of the round. And of course, Gervonta wants to say something to the ref. Again, I have to say something. I mean, it's like, If you're a ref, your job is not to be friends with the fighters. When's the last time you saw, a fighter who's on the undercard, a fighter who doesn't have a name, talking to the ref and the ref saying, "Oh yeah, I hear you. That's a great point. Blah blah blah." That's not the job of the ref. You need to remain impartial. It was a terrible performance. Also, what was crazy is in the next round, the commentators, or rather the CompuBox, says that Lamont Roach landed 0 punches that round, when 10 seconds before the bell, he lands a chopping right hand, and then maybe the most kind of eye-catching swivel jab of the entire round by either fighter. So it's crazy. I don't understand that at all. The CompuBox sometimes just makes no sense at all. Either way, I felt like Lamont had some success right there at the end. But that being said, in a round where Lamont didn't have a lot of success in the beginning of the round, had this eye-catching punch and a few more examples of success towards the end. By no means was he getting beaten up in the round. That being said, I favored the work of Tank Davis. I feel like he worked in the first minute and then kind of coasted for the rest of the round, using the clinch, using his movement. But I felt like the body work and a few left hands that landed that we went over made the difference for me. And the one swivel jab here wasn't enough to sway me. I mean, CompuBox not counting that was crazy. But I gave this round to Gervonta Davis as well. Round 5. Here's a straight right from Roach that clearly lands. Here's a straight left from Gervonta that sneaks through the guard of Roach. Here's a sequence. Lamont Roach coming with the uppercut, and then a straight right that just comes through the guard of Tank Davis. Tank comes with the overhand left that Lamont pulls from, and then comes with another overhand left that Lamont dips from. And then there is a right hook to the body there. Here's Lamont coming with a 1-2 that clips Gervonta on the top of the head. Here Gervonta slips Roach's right hand and comes with that uppercut to the body. Here Gervonta works again, coming with the uppercut. Multiple body shots. That one straying low. Here Gervonta comes with a straight left that breaks the guard but seems to be off target. It's deflected off the guard, and I don't think it makes contact. Here Roach comes with a straight right that knocks Gervonta's head back. Here's a right hand over the top from a clinch position. That was a good shot. Gervonta with the straight left to the body. A little bit low. I'm not saying he's intentionally shooting low, but if it was an impartial judge and you see that, if it's not Tank Davis, if it's not Lamont Roach, the ref is going to say something. It's just, what is the point of the ref if it's not to referee, to be an impartial third party that's supposed to do his job, not be a friend to the fighters? And Lamont looks like he said something about that one. Here, Tank Davis comes with the pull counter off Roach's jab that he's done a few times. Roach rolls it, but then he doubles up. It really still comes off the shoulder of Roach, but kind of ricochets as a glancing blow. Roach then does well to bend his waist after the third straight left hand and starts talking. Here Gervonta dips down. Roach kind of works with that free left hand. There's some inside fighting. No, that's not a scoring punch. And here we go. Here's another example of look where the referee, look where his eyes are. Working with the free hand is one thing, pushing off to the shoulder is another. What is this? Straight to the ref. If we can remember back to Floyd Mayweather, Victor Ortiz with the headbutt. Obviously a headbutt's worse than this, but this is right in front of the ref, blatantly shoulder bumping him to the chin. It's one thing to shoulder bump to the chest to get some kind of space and work. This is straight to the chin, right in front of the referee, And then who does the referee talk to? Lamont Roach. I have a lot of respect for Lamont Roach. He was in there against the PBC commentators, a ref who was not fair, and however many thousand fans that are booing him and not giving him his credit. And Gervonta is a great fighter. It's not against Gervonta. It's more the ref really than anything else. Here's a nice left hook that just grazes as Tank moves out. One thing is as they started talking and things got more heated, the feint game of Roach was gone after round 3, really. In that round, I actually preferred the work of Roach. I felt kind of in the opposite of the other rounds. I felt like he did some early work in the beginning, and Tank didn't really catch up. So I'm giving that round to Lamont Roach, as none of the judges ringside did. Okay, here we go for round 6. Lamont coming with a left hook to the body. Tank Davis feeling that that's low. That's making contact with the belt line. Tank Davis has had some shots that are much lower than that. I don't feel like it's on purpose, but let's talk about an equal fight from the ref. Here, Tank returns, goes to the body. Some good body work right there. Comes with a right hook that affects Roach. Roach comes with his straight right hand, one of his best punches throughout the course of the fight, along with his chopping right hand. Tank Davis comes with his own overhand left. Here, Gervonta leans in. Roach comes with the uppercut. Gervonta pulls away from it. Kind of a cuffing right hand from Roach that Gervonta really takes on the gloves pretty much. Misses with the secondary right hand. Here, Roach rushes in. Gervonta tries to counter. It's too wide. They get into a clinch. Here's a right hand to the body from Roach. I have no idea where it lands. If it's legal or not, but I'm only just bringing this up again because of the ref. I felt like he did a terrible job. I know I've said that a million times. But anyway, right hand to the body. Tank looks to counter with that straight left. That looks to connect on Roach. Touching upstairs to try and get that uppercut in. I think Roach evades that one by stepping back. Again, Gervonta looks for the left uppercut off a slip. Kind of like if he's expecting Roach to jab right here, like we've seen him do a few times. Kind of slipping that jab to the other side and firing his left hand. Roach takes that on the guard. And again coming with the uppercut. An uppercut that just slides off Roach's body. Roach comes with the left hook, but it's actually off the mark. Here, Tank Davis comes with the left uppercut to the body again, and then digs around the other side. Splits the guard, then comes with the left hand up top, on the guard of Roach. Roach pretty much evades that next left hand. Here, Roach backs out from the straight left of Gervonta, and as we've seen previously, Gervonta doubles up and catches him as he goes back in a straight line. Here, Gervonta dips, comes with the left uppercut, and circles out. I remember on the PBC commentators, after this, he's a bit off balance from turning. May have even gotten his foot shaken up. His hand goes through, and then he keeps moving, and the PBC commentators are like going crazy. Oh, what a showman he is. It's like, what are you talking about? Again, he's a great fighter, but it's just like, anyway, it's too much. Anyway, I preferred the body work of Gervonta Davis, especially, like I keep saying in these rounds, the first half of the round. No one's really closing out these rounds strong. So I'm having to think back to the beginning of the round and say, who did I prefer? The body work, I would say actually more consistently through this round of Gervonta Davis was the difference maker for me, and I gave this round to him. And here we are already in round 7. Here's a nice jab from Roach. Here's that chopping right hand that lands on the gloves of Tank Davis. Roach evades that left hand. Comes with a straight right, left hook on the gloves. Here that chopping right hand again, comes with uppercut, jab. None of those landing very cleanly. Left hook just misses. Tank with that left hand to the body, barely makes contact. Roach steps back. Roach here tries to be tricky with the lead hand and coming with the left hook into the double jab. It gets a bit over eager. Footwork wise, Tank Davis is looking to knock him out right there. Luckily for Lamont Roach, his glove is here and he's responsible, so he actually takes that one on the glove. That one could have been devastating. Here's a nice move from Lamont Roach coming with that uppercut, catching Tank Davis. Here's Gervonta coming with the jab, the left hand. Roach takes the first one on the gloves. Second one, he turns the shoulder and takes a step back, obviously. Gervonta going to the body. This one is not what I'm talking about. This happens if you box. It's not, again, none of it I don't think is intentional. But, someone blocks like this, like how Lamont Roach is doing, your shot ricochets and it goes low. I'm not talking about that kind of one. It happens. Here, Tank Davis shows his athleticism, coming with a straight left that Lamont slips, bounces over, fires it again, comes with a right hook, but Lamont slips all of them. Here's another example of another low blow. I guess I can forgive the referee here because he doesn't have an angle to it, but that shot's clearly low. That's I don't want to get hit with that shot. Off that, Lamont comes with his clipping right hand. Gervonta's already rolling. He's making that defensive movement anyway, but it does make contact. Gervonta tries to answer with the left hand. It's not accurate for me. Lamont working here, looking for body shot right here to the liver of Tank. Straight right coming as Tank pulls out. Here Tank comes with the overhand left as an answer that, to me, I think it just went around the guard of Lamont Roach. Here Lamont Roach does a beautiful job of catching the setup shot of Gervonta Davis, rolling the right hook with his shoulder. Beautiful work. Then bending the waist off the left hand, working with the free hand in the clinch. Here Roach comes with overhand right. Gervonta bends the waist. Roach is finally able, this is the first time he lands this series that he's wanted to land, which is the left hook to the liver and then as a setup shot for the left hook to the chin, which just finally clips Gervonta. He's been looking that from before. Slips the left hand of Gervonta, catches him with the right hand, and moves him back. Right hand, right hook coming around the guard, left hook mostly on the guard, working with the lead hand, with the free hand rather. Again, that's legal. Here Roach comes with the leaping left hook just around the guard of Tank, but again, a lot of these shots are partially blocked by the gloves. Here Gervonta comes with the left hand to the body, ends up being more on the hip. Gervonta comes with the 1-2. Roach is defensively responsible. Here's the best combination of the round for Tank. Double jab. Roach tries to check hook, which he does make contact, but, more towards the back of the head. And Gervonta is able to clip him because Roach doesn't really, he just throws a left hook going back. He doesn't actually turn off the check hook right here. So Gervonta is able to clip him with the left hand right there. Roach coming with a couple straight rights and then looking for that chopping left hand. I don't think either person's punch really landed right there. Roach coming with some nice body work right here. Right hook, left hook to the liver of the southpaw. Gervonta looking to counter with the straight left. To me, Roach pulls back from that one. Roach then looking for the uppercut. Gervonta pulls from that one, but I think it might have just touched him. Sometimes it's really hard to tell, especially when you're going through every single punch in the fight that landed, like I am right now. Okay, for me, I prefer the work of Lamont Roach, being physical in the clinch, using that lead hand to work. He had some great defensive movements, some good body work. Tank also had some nice moments in that round. I scored that for Lamont Roach. Again, here's a couple of Lamont Roach's highlights that for me made the difference in giving him the round. The straight right on Tank that really visibly affected him. And then, a clip of some good body work towards the end of the round. Here, Roach just lands a jab as Gervonta pulls out. Here they clinch. Here comes our favorite referee to warn Lamont Roach for doing what exactly? We have no idea. Here's Roach slipping the left hand of Tank. Tank slipping the right hand of Roach. Here's a good 5 seconds from Tank Davis jabbing at the same time as Roach, hitting him in the forehead area, and then here showing his explosive power and athleticism. Short left hook, really, off the jab of Roach that he's been looking to counter the whole night. That's a great shot. Here again, off the jab of Roach that actually lands. Tank's looking to pull, counter, and he lands. So 2 back-to-back left hands to start off the round for Tank. And then here's a iconic moment in the fight with Tank landing a left hand that actually connects. Lamont Roach has the wherewithal and the determination to come back with his own counter right after being clipped that wobbles Tank Davis. Again, he's been also looking for this left hook. He's landed it, kind of once. He's landed it once, but it's been mostly off the mark. Roach goes like he's going to pull and come with the overhand right, so Tank pulls himself, comes again, looks for it. Tank's not there. Here Roach comes with a nice lead uppercut. Tank answers back with the left hand that Roach slips. Roach comes with his own right hand that Tank slips. Tank then comes with an uppercut that's well low. And our ref does say something about it. Here's something that really made a difference late into the fight. Roach committing to slipping Tank's left hand and coming back with his own short right hand that is beautifully placed. Gervonta comes with an overhand left that kind of clips the top head area of Roach. But again, he takes it well. Okay, that round to me was started off by Tank landing 2 precision, normal, for a lack of a better word, left hands. The round was then, for me, won by Roach with a right hand that wobbled Tank and that secondary right hand off the slip. So for me, the damaging shot, again, it's professional boxing, that damaging shot, moving Tank back, visibly wobbling Tank, I have to give this round to Roach. Okay, here we go, carrying on with round 9. It's worth noting that although 2 of the judges gave that last round to Lamont Roach, Steve Weisfeld gave it to Tank Davis. I have a hard time seeing that. Yes, Tank Davis did land 2 good left hands at the beginning of the round, but that right hand that wobbled Tank Davis, to me, is a clear round winner. In a round where there's not other really clear decisive work. It wasn't like Tank Davis had an amazing round and then got pushed back off a right hand. It was a close round with Lamont Roach landing the most consequential punch of the round. So for me, you have to give it to him. So here's Lamont just working a little bit, everything pretty much landing on the gloves of Tank until this right hand to the body. Left hook again, doesn't really make contact. Tank comes back with a straight left that just clips Lamont, and then we run into, Tank evades this right hand, and now we run into probably the most controversial moment of the fight. Greases in the eye of Gervonta Davis. What does he do? He takes a knee. It's clear as day. The referee is right there looking at the fighters, clearly looking at the fighters, right? So, has something in his eye, takes a knee, and then just walks over to the corner. Now, again, here's my thoughts on this, since maybe people want to know. I really respect Lamont Roach for what he said in the post-fight interview, in the sense that people asked him about it. They wanted to make a big deal about the knockdown. He said, I felt I won the fight without it, without some technicality. And that's a great mindset to have. If we're talking just the rules, the referee can't be a friend. If you take a knee in a fight, that's against the rules, in the sense that it's going to be scored a knockdown. It's clearly preferential treatment to Tank Davis. And again, this isn't just hating on Tank Davis. This is, the referee is there to do a singular job, which is to be an impartial third party that enforces the rules. So that should have been a knockdown, and there's not really any way to argue it. Here's a left hand around the side, right hand, right hook around the side. Lamont Roach really looking to work on the inside and stay and trade. Tank coming with his own uppercut with a right hook that landed. The left hook didn't really. Here's a nice pull counter from Gervonta off the right hand of Roach. Roach comes back and fires his own right hand off the top. Come to the left hook, right hook, both making great defensive movements and counters. In a sense, in some ways, they're almost like a mirror of each other. Gervonta is more explosive, more fast twitchy, but they fight in a lot of ways in kind of a similar way, making similar defensive movements. It's kind of funny to see. Left hand that Gervonta really landed is the exact same right hand that Roach landed on Gervonta a round prior. Credit to Roach for still firing that right hand afterwards. It doesn't land. But anyway, continuing. Okay, and here we go with an uppercut that is well low. Again, I don't feel he's doing it on purpose. That's well low. You think he would go over to Gervonta and say, make sure to keep him up. But it's like he can't even, it's like, you just get the sense that he wants to be his friend. Straight left, I think sneaks past in between the gloves. Here's a nice moment where the right hook catches Roach as he goes with that right uppercut, and Gervonta wisely moves out. Sneaky combination with that right hook as you're moving to the same side. Roach wants to dig the body. Gervonta comes back with a left-right combination with hooks. Here's that short left hook that Roach has been looking for in the fight that just lands. Gervonta comes with his own uppercut. So here's the exact same sequence that Roach landed on Gervonta, and then Gervonta landed on Roach, and now Roach is going to land again on Gervonta, which is slipping the the backhand rather, coming with your own backhand, and then working the body really nicely. There's a nice legal body punch from Gervonta as a response. And a nice jab from Roach. Again, the right hook. What do we think? Where does that land? Okay, again, here's the exact same counter that they keep landing on each other. Slipping the backhand, landing your own backhand. So now Roach is up 2-1 on those. Gervonta landed one earlier. Roach has landed two. Here's the jab. There's the right hand. Straight right hand. Doesn't really land, maybe, just glancing. Gervonta pulling back from that anyway. Gervonta goes with that counter off the jab of Roach. Roach steps back. Takes most of these on the gloves. That round has the fake knockdown. I'm just going off what the referee did. I'm not going to rewrite history. So imagining that there is no knockdown, which there isn't, based on the scorecards, that's a very tough round for me to score. In terms of the slip counter off each other's backhands, Roach is up 2-1. I felt that the right hook of Gervonta that he was adding in was really effective, and it caught Roach and wobbled him once off those. So I give the slight edge to Gervonta actually in that round. Again, I think he starts strong in the rounds. The rest of the round, he's kind of coasting. This round less, actually, I would say. But super close round. I'm just edging that one actually to Gervonta Tank Davis. Obviously, if the ref had done his job, it's a round for Lamont Roach. Here we go with the referee. Tank Davis, I get it. He has grease in his eyes. Why aren't they doing that in the corner? I don't know. It's just kind of a hectic fight with this referee. Here, Gervonta comes with the one and doubles up on that lead hand as Roach has been backing out, which has worked before and clipping him. Roach holding, his glove higher here, so he doesn't get clipped on those ones this time. Here, Roach comes, fakes really the left hook to land the rear uppercut, and then comes with the left hook. Here's a nice moment, coming with the right hook to then dig the right hook to the body. Working on the gloves, this uppercut sneaks through. It's good work from Lamont Roach, just touching. Here, Lamont Roach comes looking for that left hook to the liver of the southpaw, but Gervonta leans back from it. Here, Gervonta comes with a nice uppercut right on the belt line, but Lamont Roach is finally able to land that short left hook that he's been looking to land. It clips Tank as he throws the left uppercut. Tank throwing the left hand, Roach rolling, throwing his own kind of clubbing shots, right hand at the end. Gervonta throwing some hooks. That's not a scoring shot, it's to the back. That not really landing cleanly. Left hooks mostly on the gloves. That last uppercut scores. Tank scores the jab as a return. Left hand mostly on the gloves of Roach. Then right here, beautiful counter from Roach. Just taking that small positional move back from the jab. It's a kind of a jab hook from Gervonta, coming with his own right hand that meets Gervonta as Gervonta's moving in. Slips the left hand again, similar thing as before. Doesn't fire his right hand this last time, but you can almost imagine that same combination by slipping the left hand of the southpaw and firing. Here they both exchange body shots. Good legal body shot from Tank on the belt line. Roach is landing his own left hook to the body to come back around to the head. Gervonta rolls with it. Roach rolling with that. Gets clipped with the left hand right there. Here's a borderline body shot from Tank. Lamont coming with a nice uppercut as a reaction. Working in the clinch, moving Gervonta back. Comes with a couple body shots. And that's pretty much the round. Again, I favor Roach in this round. I feel like he's done the better work. I give this round to Roach. Simple as that. Okay, here we go for the championship rounds 11 and 12. Here's a nice moment where Gervonta's looking for that same pull counter off the Roach jab, which he lands. Roach returns with his own right hand immediately, even after getting clipped. Impressive stuff. Gervonta comes to the body. Roach tries to answer back with the uppercut, but Gervonta's out by then. Gervonta trying to go to the body. Roach pulls. Gervonta going to the body again. Coming. Roach isn't there for it. Here, Roach slips under the left hand, but as he's trying to push off, Tank works with his own backhand. So far, Tank doing better work this round. There's the uppercut from Roach. Left hook. Here's a great sequence right here. Roach coming with the touch upstairs to dig downstairs. Turns away from the left hook to throw his right hand. Gervonta has the same idea. Neither of them really land. Roach then comes back with a left hook that Gervonta pulls from. Gervonta goes to throw his left hand. Roach knows it's coming. He dips under. Here's Roach with a nice uppercut left hook that lands nicely. Gervonta started the round hot, but so far Roach is doing better work as the round's going on. Left hook, right hook misses. Right uppercut, rather. Both miss. Here's that same nice counter from Roach off the backhand of Gervonta Davis, slipping to his right, coming with his own right hand that doesn't have the same effect as the other ones, but then takes the angle and comes back again with two shots. Gervonta fires the uppercut. That one's legal. Roach comes with his right hand. Gervonta is going to answer. Roach knows it. Slips under. Gervonta throws an uppercut to the body as he's a bit off balance. Gervonta digs to the body here. With straight left hand. They exchange straight backhands. Here's a beautiful counter. Roach takes that left uppercut on the bicep, throws his own right hand as a catch counter. And of course, the one time that it was like clearly not a low blow, suddenly the ref is talking about him. Here Roach comes with the jab. Gervonta looks to jab over the top. Roach comes with the shoulder roll, bounces off the shoulder, bends at the waist, pulls back out. Here's some nice body work from Roach. Right, left to the body. Pushing Tank. Tank digs to the body. Roach comes with the right uppercut. Roach letting his hands go a little bit more. Not everything's landing. Gervonta missing here. Roach catching out on the guard. Roach again moving his hands a little bit more, slipping the left hand. That time the right hand doesn't land. Gervonta comes back to the body. Roach rolls under. Gervonta tries to go to the body again. Doesn't really land. Roaches land a little bit. I think that left hook does land nicely. It's hard to tell. They exchange a jab for a straight left. That's nice for Gervonta. And the round's over. To me, a hard round to score again, but I favor Roach for the simple fact that he let his hands go more. It felt like he was pushing it in the championship rounds, and I know that's a little bit not concrete. Gervonta started the round nicely and landing some straight lefts. I just felt like Roach's work on the inside, his defensive work, his body work. Gervonta had some nice body work too. It was a close round. I preferred Roach in it. Okay, here we go. 12th and final round. Worth noting that two of the judges gave the last round to Roach. One of them gave it to Davis. To me, it was a close round. That last one, round 11. Here's our 12th and final round. Cuffing shot, little body shot by Gervonta. Same thing from Roach, pulling, letting his hands go, mostly on the guard. There's a nice left hook. Here's some nice little inside work, back and forth. Here, Tank jabs. Roach answers with a straight right to the body. Here's a nice moment with Roach making Tank lead. He's able to counterpunch, which wasn't happening as much. Mostly the counterpunching is coming from the sequence that we're talking about, where Roach initiates, Tank looks to counter with the left, Roach slips and then comes back. Here, Gervonta actually initiates in round 12, and Roach is able to counterpunch and clips him as he's coming in. That shot, maybe you think it's just a jab. I mean, it is just a jab if you think it's just a jab. But it's more devastating maybe than it looks. If you think about Terrence Crawford, Kell Brook. You're about to throw the second shot, and you get clipped. it's more devastating than maybe it looks to some people. Here's some body work from Lamont Roach. Here's that left hook to the top that he's been looking for all night. Lands here. More inside work, uppercut. Straight right hand. The left hook misses. Tank comes back, lands the left hand. But Lamont immediately back with the jab. Here's some more work, mostly on the gloves, but that right hand, the last right hand goes through. Stepping back with the 1-2, left hook for Lamont Roach. Ducking under, working with the free hand to the body. Both of them are working the free hand right there. So here Tank looks for that pull counter off the jab of the orthodox Lamont Roach that I've talked about a bunch in this video. Lamont's not there for the initial return. Parries the next straight left, shows some nice movement, bends the waist, but then just on the last pivot out, does get just partially clipped with the left hand. Here's that same catch and shoot from last round. Taking the Tank uppercut to the body and coming back with his own right. Beautiful shot. Here's a straight right to the body. Doesn't really land. Here's that dipping under the left hand of Tank. Pulling back. Here, Lamont Roach throws probably the first overhand right that he's thrown the whole fight. It doesn't land, and then he pays for it. Here we go. Lead hook does not land. Tank pulls, comes with his left. Lamont slips, comes with his right. Tank's already pulling back, but I think that right hand just makes contact. Two high-level fighters, really. Here's a right hook that makes contact. The left hand also makes contact. So again, a judge at ringside gave that round to Gervonta Davis. Pretty much all of these rounds have been competitive rounds, but to me, in the context of competitive rounds, that's a clear round for Lamont Roach. And I don't agree with that judge. So I have that 12th and final round for Lamont Roach.